freak is that? It's a leaf. What's up, man? Chilling in California, so I figured I'm by myself. The family left me. So I figured I would jump on and talk to you guys today. Hope you're doing well. I'm just in the hot tub. Chill out. Don't enjoy it. Hey, so I want to chat with you guys today about how we land all of our commercial deals. And I am in Santa Clarita, so I'm about half hour north of LA. Cool, James. Glad you're on here then. It's awesome. I'm gonna hopefully let this build up. Give me like 30 to 45 more seconds for a few more people to roll in, so I don't have to repeat myself 10 times with people asking the same question, and then we'll get rolling on here. So I'll show you guys around though. So obviously you can tell I'm in a hot tub behind me here. Got a pool, house. Nothing too crazy, but it's pretty nice here. On vacation until the 26th. We'll give this about 30 more seconds for people to roll in, then we'll get started. Pretty straightforward too, but a little trick that we learned this year, one of my mentors actually taught me. Even when I'm in the hot tub, baby. Hope you're doing well, Ryan. So obviously commercial work's a big deal, and a lot of us want it because it's very lucrative and profitable, but it's hard to get, let's not lie, right? So you know, I've always been trying to figure out what's the game plan and get commercial work, and you know, I know some guys do direct mail and stuff like that, but we just never found any of that stuff to be super effective. Hey Brian, even with AdWords, you know, we do capture some commercial clients with AdWords for sure, but you know, it's just kind of a lucky guess. A lot of times commercial clients are going off referral, they're going off some kind of network they're inside of. And so a big thing that we learned this year was cold calling was always really good for us, right, for commercial clients, but the sales process was very long. And what I mean by that was from the first call that we ever made to somebody to actually getting a quote in their hands to actually getting the job scheduled and completed, it could be multiple months, and it's very normal because you know, any job that's larger is going to have a longer sales process typically. Unless you get lucky and somebody calls you randomly and they're in a bind and they need something for their commercial property fast. So cold calling does work, and it works well for sure. But I still wanted to find a way to shorten the sales process with commercial work. So something that I was taught this year from one of my mentors, you guys hear me talk about him all the time, sold a pest control business for $22 million. He said, Matt, something we did was we got into associations. And I'm not talking about neighborhood associations. I'm talking about apartment, and I'm trying to think of the right term because I don't really know it. Apartment association, basically. And so every county will typically have one. If a county doesn't have one, typically the nearest large city, like to us, Detroit has one, and they're cheap to join for sure. And so the power behind this is you find these associations, the apartment associations, and you're not doing it to get a specific complex. You're doing it because all these apartment associations are hooked up with property management companies. And the beauty of it is you can join one of these things between $250 to $500. And they literally give you a list of everybody who's a member. The powerful thing with this is they give you a list of all these property management companies that you don't have to go out and find on Google or whatever. A lot of these management companies are really hard to find, period. Sometimes they're not even online, so you don't even know they exist. So you get a list from this apartment association, you know, group or whatever, and then not only does it give you a list of the companies, the list literally has the company, the name of the person you need to ask for, their phone number, and their email. So it cuts the sales process in half, because now when you're making your first call, you're not calling asking who you need to talk to. You're not trying to get their name. You're not trying to get their number, their email. You already have it all in front of you. So you're literally making what we consider a warm call, and you introduce yourself as a business partner of whatever apartment association group you're in. I say, hey, we're in the same group you guys are. I just want to introduce myself. You can look them up on Google. Like I said, search them by county. Like for us, Livingston County Apartment Association, or like Detroit Apartment Association. For sure. This is total gold, dude. And so when you can cut your sales process in half, not only do that, but you can also, when you make that first phone call, you already know their name, you already know where they're from, you already have an idea of what communities they're involved in. Maybe you, and then on all these places they put on breakfast things, so you can go there for breakfast, you can meet people, you can shake hands. So maybe you've already met them and they don't, you know, maybe didn't remember meeting you in person, but when you call them, say, hey, I met you at this, you know, so-and-so breakfast 2 weeks ago, and I know I shook your hand, but I just want to get a chance to introduce myself a little better and tell you what we do. Total gold. A lot less likely for people to hang up the phone on you. Actually, never will hang up the phone on you. They may say, no, we're not interested, or we don't need your stuff at this time, but that's okay. The point is that, for instance, we joined one this year in Detroit. I should probably be careful because there's probably people in Michigan. It doesn't matter, but this Detroit one that we joined this year had 300 and some property management companies. And so we're blowing up their phones this fall for gutter cleaning. And it's amazing how many deals we got just from that. People, you know, I know that all these condo associations and all these apartment complexes that they manage, they all need their gutters cleaned in the fall. And, you know, I don't know if they have somebody or not, but I want to try to get my foot in the door to at least give them a quote. And for sure, we gave a lot of quotes we didn't get, but we gave a lot of quotes that we did get. And now what happens is I got my foot in the door for one apartment association. We gave them a good deal. We gave them a good price. We went out there. We did a good job. You know, no complaints. Now they email, like I literally just got an email this morning. Hey, Matt, can you go give me a quote for gutter cleaning for the spring for this, you know, for this complex, this complex, this complex. And now we have a business relationship where year after year, we can start to kind of count on these types of contracts. The one that emailed me today was a multi-year contract. Hey, do you guys do multi-year contracts? If so, give me a quote for the next 3 years if we sign a multi-year contract. That kind of stuff is gold, not only because it's for sure revenue for you, but if you build a business that has, if you build a business that has multi-year contracts, the value of your company goes through the roof. You know, buyers want to see that kind of thing. So hopefully that helps you guys out a little bit. That was a piece of information I got this year that has just been amazing. Now, don't get me wrong, it's still brutal. You're still making cold calls essentially, right? A lot of these people have never met you before, but it's a good way to network. It's a good way to get your foot in the door. You know, when you go to these breakfast gatherings, you know, whatever they are, once a month, once every 2 months, dress to the nines, have business cards in your pocket, be professional, make sure you have a good haircut, you look clean cut, you're just a solid dude who's outgoing, or gal. I don't know if women are watching this, but I don't want anyone to hate on me. And so yeah, so hopefully that helps you guys out. And by the way, I'm gonna plug myself here because I'm allowed to. I have 9 coaching sessions left, so if you haven't been to my website, serviceindustrycoach.com, go check it out. There's a Christmas special on the homepage, and there's 9 left, one-on-one coaching for 2 months over the phone with me. And I got a group of guys so far that I'm just super excited to be working with. But that's gonna be starting the first week of January. So after Christmas, that deal will be gone and off the website, and there's only 9 left because I only have so much time. Well, you should for sure be, Jeff, you should for sure be looking right now for those groups and joining them. No problem, Brian. Thanks for watching, bud. Jeff, you should be joining those groups right now, and you should be networking all winter. So any kind of events they have, sometimes they'll even ask you to sponsor a breakfast. Depending on the size of your company and your budget, it's not that expensive. You know, even if it's a couple $100, people that go there, all these property managers go there, and your company sponsored a breakfast. That's a pretty big deal, you know, and it's another way to kind of get your foot in the door and get people to recognize who you are. So there's a lot of little opportunities, but the biggest opportunity is that it's the list that you get from these groups. So our membership's paid monthly. We always just pay them annually. Yeah, I don't even know if they offer a monthly deal, James, but we've always just paid them annually. I've never asked. That would be a good question. The one thing you do want to ask guys before you join any of these places is you want to make sure, you want to say, okay, can you give me an idea of who's involved in this group? Because you don't want to be joining a management group where, you know, maybe there's only 15 property management companies, right? You want to make sure, I would say at least 40 to 50 at minimum. Like I said, the one we joined recently had a little over 300, so total gold. And so you want to make sure that. The second thing you want to make sure is to say, hey, if I join your guys' thing, do you guys send me a list of contacts of everybody who is in the group, phone numbers, names, business name. That way I can reach out to people and introduce myself. So if they don't provide that list, then it's totally useless. The biggest value in joining these groups is not just going to these breakfasts and these small events, but cold calling all these people and introducing yourself, because it cuts out half the sales process, right? So make sure you ask questions. A lot of these places you can email back and forth. You know, you can pay with a credit card over the phone, whatever you're doing. And I would say for us, we service like roughly, we try to stick in a half-hour like radius area, but don't get discouraged about groups that are maybe an hour away, because a lot of these property management companies that are involved in these groups, they service condo complexes and apartment complexes all over the state, right? And so there may be a company there that has a bunch of stuff right in your area, which we have found. And also, there's going to be stuff that's not right in your area. It's going to be stuff that's maybe 45 minutes to an hour out, where I know you guys don't want to drive that, but if it's a $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 job, it's totally worth it. So you just got to think differently than residential. Residential, we always try to keep a really tight route around our office the best we can, right? We try not to go anything over 30 minutes. But with commercial, if you know, we have a minimum for us, our minimum goal for any commercial job is $1,000. If it's under $1,000, it's very low on our priority list, and we're going after the big ones. Keep in mind, the bigger the job, the slower the sales process. If you're bidding a $10,000, like for instance, I just bid, I think I did a video on Instagram not too long ago. I just bid a $30,000 window cleaning job, and I'm not going to say the name because I don't want other people poaching my stuff, but a $30,000 window cleaning job down in Detroit. And so that sales process is going to be a lot longer. You know, me going in a month, 2 months ago when I did this, I knew that we probably wouldn't even have any kind of idea if we're even close to getting it until spring. But I'm willing to make those long drives for bigger jobs, and you guys should too. Another thing you want to do when you're starting cold calling, especially when you're cold calling businesses, is you want to really figure out who your target audience is. For us as a window cleaning company, we do pressure cleaning, gutter cleaning, all that kind of stuff too. But specifically when we're trying to sell window cleaning by cold calling, we targeted that assisted living homes are a very, very good target for us, because we know that by law here in Michigan, they have to get it done. I believe it's twice a year. And then for gutter cleaning, we recognize that targeting property management companies who manage condo associations and apartment complexes are our main target for gutter cleaning, because those are high ticket jobs that we can get done really fast. So before you start cold calling, you need to make a list of all types of companies that you're wanting to target. You want to find your sweet spot. And if you haven't done any commercial yet, you don't know. But as you get going and as you do more jobs, you'll start to figure out what types of jobs are most profitable and all that kind of stuff. So hope that helps you guys. I'm gonna probably jump out of this thing here soon. I wish it was daytime because it's just beautiful here right now. I mean, this pool is pretty baller. The house I'm at's pretty baller. But we're like 45 minutes from all the fires in California. So the air's kind of dicey right now, but it's good. So hope that helps you guys. Again, if you are interested in one-on-one coaching and you want to get one-on-one help, you're serious about growing your business, I'm running a $5.99 special for 2 months. That's one call a week, one-on-one with me to help you really pick apart your company and show you exactly what needs to be done. Yeah, I don't know about that, but we're having a good time. So serviceindustrycoach.com, go check it out for me. Let me know what you think of the website if you haven't done it already. I'd love to hear your feedback, even if you're not interested in the coaching. If you know somebody who would be, or somebody who would benefit from it, pass the page on to them, pass my videos on to them, and make sure they subscribe to my channel. Hey Jeff, yeah, so a lot of stuff is actually, we're going to be building out a lot of systems inside people's businesses, and you're going to be getting a huge list of like literally every system you can pretty much think of that you're not even going to be able to do in 1 year. but it gives you a really good start on how to start systemizing your business. I'm also going to help you out with all your marketing material. I'm going to show you how our estimate sheets are laid out. I'm going to give you those files so you can literally take those to any designer you want and say, hey, make this my own. I'm going to show you guys how we went from selling one service to multiple services on most of our jobs, even when people don't ask for it on the initial phone call. Lots of value. Literally one job could make up for the entire course. So, you know, I understand a lot of people out there who are just getting started don't have a budget for coaching, and I totally get it because I was there. I'm glad you're on here, Nathan. And so I get that a lot of people can't afford it. My first year I was there as well. But what I recognized really quickly was I couldn't afford not to have a good mentor or a good coach. And I paid a lot of money for people to give me advice that got me to where I am today. And literally, I'm barely making any money off $5.99 a guy for 2 months. It's a way for me to help people on a more personal level, and it's something I really enjoy doing. So the guys that I'm currently coaching, they would vouch for this. They've been getting a lot out of the coaching I'm giving them, and almost all those guys jumped on. Hey Austin, good to see you, bud. Almost all those guys jumped on the Christmas special because the price is normally a lot higher. So I normally charge $150 an hour. So $5.99 for 2 months worth of calls is a steal. So jump on that. If you're just getting on here, I'm getting off, but go rewatch this video because I give some good points on here on how to get commercial work, and it's super valuable. I think it can really help your revenue this year for whatever type of service business you have. So it applies to any type of service business out there for sure. So love you guys as always. Hope you're doing well. Enjoy your Christmas if I don't see ya or talk to you before then, and we'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.